Shalawam sisters. Shalawam. Kale Habashim Shai. Um, I'm sorry I'm late. I was supposed to start this like 12 minutes ago, but once I put in my spirit to do some extra digging, grab a few articles so I could already have everything prepared. But first I want to give all honor, praises, glory to you. How about Hashem, like how shy, all praise to the most high for allowing me to be here to do another exhorting video for my sisters. But this video is going to be going into that phone addiction and slothfulness, basically inconsistency. That slothfulness, just steady talking about what we're gonna do, ain't did it. We're gonna be getting into the nitty gritty, okay? Because this is something sisters real life struggle with. If not every sister has struggled with this. And look, I fell victim to this too, and I'm still working on it. But we just really, I'm nervous, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't like going live. I don't like going live, but it was in my spirit too, so I couldn't quench the spirit. All praises. But yeah, we're gonna be getting into this thing because this is something common as sisters struggle with in the nation of Israel. And in the truth and not the truth, like we just be on our phone too much. We be pushing stuff back. We be getting lazy, and we can't move like that in this truth. So I got my notes and I got a few points I want to touch on, and I'm gonna get the precepts, of course. But of course, our phone provides us with beneficial uses. Of course, technology, is beneficial. To a certain extent, we have to have that just balance. We have to know how to balance out being on our phone, balance out the social media. But at the end of the day, look, we can't work out our own salvation. It's like it. Yes, we do. Yes, we can. We have to work out our own salvation. We have to work out our own salvation with trembling and fear. We cannot make excuses. We cannot keep putting stuff off. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it another time. I'll read next week. I'll fast next week because tomorrow's not promised. So if you have the power in your hand to do better and to do right, then do it now. And that's Proverbs. So let's see. This Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 27. Because if we have the power to go harder, we have the power to read, we have the power to fast, power to pray, and hey, we need to do that because who says we won't have another day to do it? Proverbs 3 and 27. Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of thine hand to do it. So if you have the power to do good unto your soul, to do good unto your spirit, and to feed your spirit, if you have the power to do that, then do it. What are you waiting for? Right? So whatever is slowing you down, whatever is causing you to not go as hard, whatever is causing you to keep slipping up, and you got to put that far away from you. You got to cast it far away from you. Put it all the way away from you. And we know what be causing us to slow down. We know what be grabbing our attention more than these scriptures. We know what we spend our time on. We know. So we need to be real with ourselves and self-examine because we know. So first, let me just get that. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5. Chapter 12 and 13 and 5. No, I think it's 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. Examine yourselves, whether you be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahushua is in you, except you be reprobate. So we have to examine ourselves. We got to look ourselves in the mirror and be like, what can I work on? Not literally look yourself in the mirror, but hey, sometimes you gotta do that too. What can I work on? What am I spending my time doing? What do I need to increase in? What do I need to get done this week? What can I do better this week that I didn't do last week? And I already did a brief video on slothfulness and setting goals in this truth. But I really want to touch on this just a little bit more and kind of go deeper into it because we in these last days, we don't have time to be putting stuff off. We don't have time to be saying, I'm gonna read tomorrow because we check social media just to, we'd be like, oh, let me go in here real quick and let me just look at this real quick. Next thing you know, you've been scrolling for 5 hours. By the time you look up, you've watched over 1,000 videos, not even knowing it. And then by the time you look up, it's bedtime. You haven't even read. So now you're going to sleep. You've fulfilled the lust of the flesh, but you haven't fulfilled your spirit because you've been on the phone all day. So that is why I'm doing this video because this has to stop. Like, we have to do better as women. We really have to do better. And we got to start making excuses. And we got to get our mind right. Because sisters, we be spending too much time on the phone. We be spending too much time on social media. We be dang idolizing our phone, idolizing social media. Like it's just gonna leave. Like it's not gonna always be there. You can go look at whatever you need to look at another time, but we have to get our spirits right and keep the Most High first, and make sure we're feeding our spirit most importantly, and definitely having that just balance. And of course we want to be there for our sisters or whatever. I'm trying to get all my little talking out the way. But of course, we want to be there for our sisters. So say for instance, a sister call you, but you haven't even prayed. You have yet to pray. Hit her a quick message. Let me pray real quick and I'm gonna call you back. We have to find that balance. Don't be on the phone talking all day. You ain't even besought Yahweh Shemashah. You ain't even open up your book and you ain't even open up the Bible and pray. You ain't even read a precept, but you on the phone for 4-5 hours. Like, have discernment and feed your spirit. But I think that's all I had so far. And if you know you're on your phone too much, do a social media fast or delete social media from your phone. Me, I have no social media on my phone. None at all. I do not have a social media app on my phone. I think the only social media app I have is Clubhouse, and I don't even really be on that. But I have no social media on my phone because I know myself with social media, and me and social media, we don't have a good relationship. So I just delete it and I stay off of it. Now the only time I really go on it is to check my DM to see if somebody like a sister has reached out, or I download the app to post something. Other than that, I really try to refrain from just scrolling. I rarely ever do that because it's not beneficial. Like, it's just a trap. It's a trap laid there by the spiritual demon Satan, waiting for you to fall in it, to attention and pull you away from the Most High. So if you know you've been on social media too much, maybe do a social media fast. This woman named Wendy Speak, she does a 40-day social media fast. She also does a 40-day sugar fast. Me and a sister, we did the sugar fast, and she also, like I said, she also has a social media fast. So if you know you're a sister that be on your phone too much, that's on social media too much, maybe fast from your phone for a day. Next is up. I'm taking a step back from my phone today, y'all. If y'all need anything, call me, but I'm just gonna take some time for the Most High today and really focus on the Lord today. Maybe bust a fast. Maybe bust a fast from your phone for a day. Maybe bust a 1 month, 2 month social media fast. If you can do anything through the Spirit, how about Shemashah, Philippians 4:13. So do what you got to do for your salvation and to get these spirits up off you, get these strongholds, because all it is a stronghold. But something else that I think I had written down. No, I think I didn't have anything on that. But yeah, if you know there's always a solution to something. So, like I said, if you know you're on social media too much, delete it from your phone, delete the apps from your phone, and like social media should only be here to profit us in a way. Like if it's not profiting us, then it's unprofitable. And like I said, social media and these phones, they're beneficial to a certain extent because the truth is being spread on all these different apps. Sisters are posting edifying videos on social media. Sisters are posting edifying posts on social media. So social media is beneficial to a certain extent. But when you get to scrolling for hours on end, for minutes and minutes on end, that's when it becomes not beneficial and not profitable to your spirit and to your soul. So just have that balance and have that discernment. But I want to go to the next precept, Matthew 5 and 29. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse number 29, and it reads, "And if thy right hand offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. If thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell." And that's the same exact parable that's spoken of in Mark. But basically, Yahweh saying, look, if something is causing you to slip, if something is constantly causing you to fall, if something is holding you back from not going as hard, for Yahweh Shemashah, you need to cast it far from you, and so that you're able to get the kingdom. And Lord willing, I can find the other one in Mark because it's worded a better way for me. But that's basically what it's saying. If something constantly keep grabbing your attention, you keep giving all your attention to it, you're not really in these scriptures like you should be, because this one thing keeps getting your attention, and you need to put it as far away from you as possible. Because it'd be better for you to go into the kingdom all beat up instead of all because that thing that kept causing you to stumble. You couldn't put away that distraction. You couldn't put away that thing that was being a stumbling block into you. So that's basically what it's going into. So hold on, let me get the other one in Mark and see if it Well, the laptop is tripping, so it's okay. But kindness best is what it's going into. And my next precept I wanted to get is this really should have been the first one I got, but yeah, spirit. Exodus 20:3. And it reads, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." When you're on this little thing, this God, because it becomes a God when you're on it all day. When you haven't read, when you haven't prayed, when you've been scrolling for hours, it's now become a God. When you give this more attention than you have by Shemashah, it is now God. And the Lord said, "Have no other gods before him." This little thing is the dang devil if you let it. Like I said, your phone and social media is beneficial to a certain extent. There's the Bible app on here. Like I said, the truth is being spread everywhere. So there's so much truth, and sisters posting so many beautiful, edifying videos and beautiful, edifying posts on Instagram as reels, on TikTok, on Facebook, on Twitter. This sisters are really like doing a thing through the spirit, really helping sisters out, provoking sisters into good works. I see it, the Lord see it. It's beautiful. So yes, it's beneficial to a certain extent. Their sisters are posting notes on the social media. Sisters are posting all types of beautiful things to provoke sisters into good works on social media. And that's really why we should be using. That's really the only reason we should use it, is to provoke our sisters into good work, is to be that light, is to spread that truth and get that knowledge out there. That's really the only reason we should be using social media. But the minute we stray away from that and we just on it for our own pleasure, just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling for hours on end, it becomes a God. And the Lord said, "Have no other gods before him." And we be idolizing this phone. We wake up in the morning, the first thing we do is worry about a phone, check a message. We shouldn't be doing that. If the first thing you do when you wake up is touch your phone, that's an addiction. That's an idol in your life. You haven't even gave praise to Yahweh Shema Shah for waking up for another day, and you're touching this phone. That's a God. That's an addiction. And we got to do what we got to do to get this spirit off of us, because this can really get in the way of our salvation. If we give this way more attention and time than we give Yahweh Shema Shah, this will be the thing that this slips us up. The Lord said, whatever is in your way, whatever's causing you to slow you down, hey, put it from you. So if this thing is causing you to slow down, if your iPad, your tablet, your Apple Watch, you tap it every 20 minutes, hey Siri, hey Siri, if you're doing that every 20 minutes, hey, it's become a God in your life. So we gotta put this thing far from us if it's causing us to stumble. Really have to. Like I said, it's beneficial to a certain extent. Once you get to scrolling on out, let me go. Sisters be like, we be like this. Let me go just post this real quick. Let me just post this picture with my hair real quick. Drop this precepts. All right, 25 and 1. Next thing you know, you scrolling. Next thing you know, you've been on Instagram 4 hours. You look up, it's 9:30. You read, like, come on now, sisters. We have to do better. So I really like that precept. I also wanted to get Hebrews 12 and 1. And like I was saying, we can't be waking up and worried about our phone. The first thing we should do when we wake up, I phone with a sister, and she said the first thing she do when she wake up is say all praises, and then she prayed. I was like, that's beautiful. I'm gonna have to start doing that. I pray when I wake up, but I don't say all praises as soon as I open my eyes. That's beautiful though. But the first thing we should be doing when we wake up is giving praise to Yahweh Shema Shah, because although a new day starts at sundown, sleep and still allowing us to giving us a whole nother chance to repent and do better. So it's like the first thing we should be thinking about doing when we wake up, open our eyes, is calling upon the name of the Lord, because he could have bugged us out in our sleep. He could have killed us in our sleep. We could have woke up and threw on some booty shorts and said, I'm a black woman. My insincerity, and that's enough to give praise and honor and glory to Shema Shah. We should be giving thanks to the Most High all the time. So we should be worried about our phone as soon as we wake up. And also, all praise to the Most High, sis. I am so glad that I was obedient unto the Spirit, because I was nervous, sis. I was nervous and I was doubting, but call like how about Shema Shah? All praises to the Most High. All praises. But I got an article that I want to pull up, and it's basically was saying giving us tips on what we can do to fight the social media addiction, right? So at but anyways, but that's not the point. I can't be on my phone at work at all. Like at all. So that personally helps me. Like I can't be on my phone at work, or I could lose my job because the minute I look at my phone, like, because I have 17 kids in my class, 17 kids in my class, and if my head is down for 1 second on my phone and something happens, I could get fired. They could try to throw me in jail, so I can't be on my phone at all. So that personally helps me, but I know every sister is not a pre-K one teacher, so we have things that can help us put our phone away. I know on the article that I'm going to pull up, Lord willing, it talks about not sleeping next to your phone, not sleeping next to your phone, putting on do not disturb, and cutting notifications off. Now, something I did personally to help me fight this, because I know I used to struggle with this heavy. Even my head was telling me, I cut all my notifications off. And I personally, I hate notifications. I hate notifications. If you know me, I do not like sending a lot of notifications on my phone. I hate it with a passion. Like, because I be at work all day, when I click on my phone, it be all types of notifications all down my phone. And the first thing I do is I hit the X at the top like that. And hold on, I do it just like that right there. Hold on. And it goes away because I hate notifications. I hate notifications. I hate it. But some sisters, they might like those notifications, but just cut them off. So that's what personally helps me. I deleted all social media off my phone. I have no social media apps on my phone at all. And I have all my notifications off. And I have my phone on do not disturb. So yeah, have to do what I have to do. So Lord and the sisters can try that, and that'll help, you from but it's still a fight because Satan is still helping me from time to time, and I be checking it every 10 minutes. So it's still a daily battle, but we gotta make progress to try to fight it. So cut the notifications off, delete those apps, and hey. So we're going to get to the next precept. Hebrews 12:1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin. That's plain. That's just through the Spirit telling us, hey, look, whatever is causing you to keep going off, lay it far aside from you. It's the same thing Matthew was saying. This is another translation. I like the GNT translation. It's really nice. But this Hebrews 12:1. As for us, we have this large crowd of witnesses around us. So then let us rid ourselves of everything that gets in the way, including this little thing, and of the sin which holds onto us so tightly, and let us run with determination the race that lies before us. So whatever is getting in your way, put it far aside from you. And if sisters have not checked out me and Lily's first podcast episode we did on Sunday, go check it out, because the sister actually tapped into this. She actually tapped into not being slothful through the Spirit, and tomorrow not being promised, because tomorrow is not promised. So we can't be moving in the spirit of, okay, I'm gonna just read tomorrow. I'm gonna just, we kind of gotta treat every day like it's our last, because we don't know that we'll have a tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised. It's not. So we can't be moving in the spirit of, I'm gonna call that sister tomorrow. She texts my call tomorrow. You never know how a sister could be on her last leg. Call that sister today when she needs you. You never know if you'll be able to fast tomorrow, if you'll be able to watch the edifying video tomorrow, because we know when our help breaks loose, these lights going out. So we gotta use these scriptures and stuff that we have right now and use it to our advantage, because when lights go out, ain't gonna be no more internet, ain't gonna be no watching videos and studying. So we gotta take advantage of this stuff right now and stop putting stuff just stop putting the work say how about Shema and our studying off, because this not nothing to be taken lightly. Like, this ain't a joke. We're literally fighting for our lives. We're in a spiritual battlefield trying to get the kingdom of heaven. This ain't no PlayStation arcade game. This is real life. This is life or death. And if you ain't getting down with the get down and you ain't trying to get right, hey, it's gonna be tough out here. So we got to make sure we're doing what we can to get right for you have our shine these last days, and giving it our all, because tomorrow ain't promised. So we need to stop making excuses, and our salvation isn't circumstantial. And honestly, when we giving our time to all these carnal things, we on the phone too much, on social media too much, we honestly get in the way of our own salvation, because the scriptures tell us to work out our own salvation and trembling in fear. Can't nobody get this kingdom of heaven for you. I can't get it for you. Your mama can't get it for you. Your daddy can't get it for you. Your husband, if you got one, can't get it for you. Your kids, if you got some, can't get it for you. Can't nobody work out your salvation for you. Can't nobody get the kingdom of heaven for you. When it comes down to you and the Lord gonna be looking at you and your works and what you did. He's not gonna gather you and your sister and your cousin together and be like, okay, tell me what y'all did. He's not doing that. No, he's not doing that. He's gonna be looking at you and the work that you put in and your brick that you put in for you. How about Shema Shah? So work out your own salvation and stop depending on other people to get the kingdom for you, and get it for yourself. But this is Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So you got to work out your salvation. Can't nobody do it for you. Can't nobody get the kingdom for you. And we got to stop talking about what we're going to do. Yeah, I need to do that. Yeah, I need to talk. I need to do that. I need to, yeah, I sure need to do that. Yep. That's on my to-do list. I ain't did it yet. Like, I'm sorry, I'm being goofy. But for real, we got to stop talking about what we're going to do and just do it like Nike. Just do it. Because at this point, the only person holding yourself back is you. Because you just steady talking and you ain't put in no works. Because faith without works is dead. You ain't put in no works. So we got to stop talking about what we're going to do and just do it. And of course, the Most High, Yahweh Shemashah, give us that increase. Of course, only the Most High can put in our spirit to do better. And that's why we have to pray on it day in and day out. Sister told me, you got to be praying for stuff even when you ain't struggling with it. We got to be throwing up them. Even if you feel like you don't struggle with not being consistent, even if you feel like you don't struggle with your phone demon, and still throw them prayers up. Lord, I just pray you give me not over to the lust of the flesh. I pray you give me not over to phone addictions. I pray you keep me with a sound mind. I pray you help me to just help me to stay consistent, Lord. Even if you feel like, it's not something you really, really struggle with, still throw them prayers up through the spirit. But I want to give precepts for everything I'm saying. Like, I got to back it up, thus saith the Lord. So this is what I was just going into. Proverbs 14:23. In all labor there's profit, but talk of the lips tended only to penury. And penury just means poverty. The scripture say in all labor there's profit. So you put that work in to do better, that's where you can profit, because you're putting the work in so you can see your fruits produce. You can see the fruit. What am I trying to say? You can see the fruit of your labor produce, right? But when you just steady talking about what you need to do, I need to do that. I ain't got to that yet. I need to do that. That's just going to lead to poverty because you just talking. You haven't laid down a brick. You haven't put in not one brick. Think about it. If you're trying to build a house, right? Let's say, for instance, quick analogy through the spirit. Let's say you're trying to build a house, right? And I hope it makes sense. Just, Lord, please guide my lips. If you're trying to build a house, right, and you got bricks, you're trying to build a house, right, and you ain't got no house. If you don't put the brick in to build the house, you ain't gonna never have the house. You ain't gonna never. Bear with me, y'all. I'm trying to get there. If you're trying to build a house and you have bricks, right? If you don't ever put the brick in, you're never gonna have that house. You're never gonna see that fruit produce at a house. It's just you're gonna be poor because you never built the house. You never put the time in. You never put the effort in to build the house. So when we got to see the Shemashah gives us. I hope that made sense. I'm not good with analogies, but that's what came to mind. So, but we can't just be talking about what we're gonna do. We have to put the work in because it's just gonna lead to you're not gonna grow. If you're not putting in the work to be better, then how can you ever expect to grow? If you're not putting in the work and setting goals, how can you ever expect to be better? So you have to put that work in if you want to see something shake. If you want to see something be produced, if you want to see that fruit of your labor, you got to put the work in. Faith without works is dead. That's James. But I think I had another precept, another point. I'm trying to think. So we're gonna go to Revelation. Also, something that just came on. Our person came back. I have an agenda, and it's right here. Our praises. Now, this one got ate up by my brother dog, but I have a new one in my closet that I have not used yet because it's for January 2023. We're not in January 2023 yet, so I can't use it yet. But soon as we get this is from January 2022 to December 2022, so I've still been using it. I cannot stress this enough. Use your agendas. Write down those daily to-do lists. Write down your weekly goals. I have a journal that I have a section of weekly goals, but it just really never in my spirit to write. Like, I write my weekly goals down in there sometimes, but sometimes I just throw it on a notebook paper. So I write down weekly goals. These are my weekly goals that I want to accomplish. Here's some things I have my weekly to-do list. Things I want to have accomplished by the end of the Sabbath or by Sunday. Really by Sunday. Finish the book of Chronicles. I finished it today. Call it Yahweh Shemashah. Our praise the Most High. Finish clothes. Finish sewing fringes on clothes. Work out at least 3 times this week. Read at least 4 chapters of Tobit. Extra, other stuff. Do a video. I'm doing right now. I'll praise the Most High. Complete January calendar. I did that at work. I'll praise the Most High. Complete 2 weeks of January lesson plans. Prayer closet at least 3 times this week. So write those goals down and watch a video and take notes. Write those goals down. Write those things that you're trying to get done through the Spirit throughout the week. And then open up your daily one and write out the things you want to get done every single day. So this right here, it has a let me see if I can turn this down so I can see it. Hold on, y'all. I got a this LED light in front of me, and it has. I'm trying to turn it down so y'all can see what I'm trying to show y'all. Hold on. Here it is. Down. Let me switch the mode. Okay. So let's see if y'all can see it now. Okay, I'll praise this. So the this one I have right here. It has goals, monthly goals. Oh, I set monthly goals. Monthly goals every time I have a new moon, which is the new month, and I set weekly goals, and then I set those daily goals. So that helps me stay on my P's and Q's, and that helps me stay diligent through the Spirit of how like it helps me stay on my feet. Okay, like what I need to do. Do I need to do this? I need to do this. Do I need to work on this? It helps me just stay occupied and trying to increase and just trying to do better and make sure I'm getting stuff done. I'm not sitting on my behind. Also, because like I work a full-time job, so I really don't have no time to be sitting around letting time pass me by. Like I got to get stuff done through the Spirit. And we got to all be in that mindset. But this right here, it has a section of monthly goals, and then it has like special dates, and then it has like reminders right here, like to do, like a small to do, and then it has like a note, and I have right here, keep enduring, the kingdom is ahead, keep the Most High first. And this was in March, so I'm just showing y'all things. And then it has like this little calendar block, and it has some things going on in in March. So I just like, dotted it up over here or whatever. And then you flip, and then it has those daily to-do things. Now, obviously, you see I wasn't that active with it in March. But if we flip to, let's say about, when did I start using this for real? About November, I wasn't playing no games at all. I was trying to stay on my P's and Q's with it. So, and it also has these really cool, and I'm gonna drop the link. I bought a new one, like I said, for January. I also have like sticky notes, but I bought a new one in January. I like the one I bought better. It's the same brand. This brand is called ECCOLO. ECCOLO. This is on Amazon. I'm gonna drop the link, Lord willing. This maybe for I think it was $20. But it also comes with cool stickers, and it has these motivational. And I just peeped this the other day. Every time you turn a page, it has like a very motivating. It has a cute motivational quote at the top. This one says, "The meaning of life is to give life meaning." And then like on this one, it says, I'm just flipping through. The best way to predict the future is to invent it. I don't know about that. Okay. Believe in yourself. So it has these cool little motivational quotes at the top, and then every time you go to a new month, it has like a big one. This one says, "Take care of yourself." So, Lauren, I'm gonna drop the link, but I write your monthly goals down. It has a section for monthly goals, and then it has your daily to-do list. And then if you want to do your weekly goals, just do it on notebook paper or like on a whiteboard or something like that. Invest in one. Like I said, I'm gonna drop the link, Lord willing, as well. I did a video on setting goals and slothfulness and its truth, and I showed y'all my boards I used to use. I showed y'all all of that. So if y'all haven't, go check that out, and you can see other stuff that I use. I'm not gonna get into that right now because I did a video on that. This pretty. How about you, my shot? But set those goals. Like, stop putting stuff off. I'm trying to tell y'all, like, setting those goals, writing that stuff down. It really, really helps you. Really does. So, like, I don't want to hear no sorry. I don't want to hear it. I don't. Say you playing with the video. Because look, the Lord, when it's that time, it's gonna be either you did what you had to do or you didn't. And are you sure that you're gonna hear, "Well done, my good and faithful servant"? Like, none of us know that. None of us know that we're gonna hear, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." We want to hear that. We're striving to hear that. So we got to do everything we can to, Lord willing, hear that, because we don't know. Like, I was on something one day. I don't know if it was Instagram or it was something, but it said something like, I want to leave this earth knowing I did the best I could. And that's kind of like a good point. Like, whenever the Lord sees fit, if that's his lot for us, we want to leave this place, feeling like we did the best we could. We don't want to be in the spirit of regret. Dang, I should have did that better. Like, we just want to do the best we can now, because tomorrow's not promised. So we got to stop putting stuff off and do better now. Like, stop always talking about what you're gonna do and get off that dang phone. Put that phone down. Put that phone down. If you're not looking at some edifying, if you're not posting some edifying, get off of that scroll. Especially if you haven't read and prayed. There's so much, and like, the way time is flying and the way prophecy's kicking off and fulfilling, we don't have time to be sitting around on social media all day. You should be getting stuff done for real. Um, but this is Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So Esau and the spiritual demon Satan, which is also Esau, they know they have but a short time. So they're doing everything they can to pull us away from the knowledge of truth, to pull us away from Yahweh Shemel Shai. That's why Esau has all these different apps. On the article I'm gonna pull up, it tells you don't even have to go look up the news no more. All you gotta do is go to Facebook, and all the latest news is gonna be on there. Like, what happened to the good old days? Listen to the news on a little box TV with the black and white. I wasn't even born in, but them good old days. Like, what happened to the good times? Letters to one another. All we gotta do is send a quick text message. Like, Esau knows what he's doing, and um, like I said to the spirit, our phones are beneficial to a certain extent, but we gotta have that balance. But the spiritual demons saying, like Esau, they know what they're doing, man. They know who we are. They know that this truth is spreading. They want to keep us asleep as long as they can. They're gonna do everything they can to keep us distracted, to keep us blinded, to keep us in the media of what's going on and not focus on the prophecies. They're gonna do everything they can to get our attention scrolling. Like, there's a documentary on Netflix about the social media addiction, I believe, or something like that, that phone addiction. Go watch it. I watched it, but I kind of fell asleep. But from what I watched, with them, but go watch it. Like, Esau, they know what they be doing. I kid you not. Like, sometimes I'll be on the phone talking about something. Like, I kid, talking to my cousin about native deodorant, the brand native deodorant. I pulled up on YouTube the next second, and the native deodorant ad was right there on my phone. Esau, what you trying to, they know, man. And they will put all those ads. Like, we can't be ignorant of Satan's devices. They know that their kingdom is coming to an end, so they're doing everything they can to pull us away from trying to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling. But we can't be ignorant of that. And like I said earlier, like, we can't be letting our circumstances, like, our zeal and for Yahweh Shemel Shai isn't circumstantial. Well, I don't have this. I don't have, like, that don't matter. You could lose everything today, but you still gotta remain faithful until Yahweh Shemel Shai tomorrow. So it don't matter what you got and what you ain't got. None of that stuff matters. None of that matters. So we gotta remain faithful until Yahweh Shemel Shai, no matter what circumstance we in, no matter what situation we in, right? But now I wanted to get this right here. Like, we gotta stop making excuses, y'all. This is James 4. I think this is in 5. Hold on. James 4 and 14. Whereas you know not what shall be on tomorrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appear for a little time and then vanisheth away. For that ye often say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. I was basically saying, you don't even know what tomorrow gonna be like. You don't even know if you're gonna make it tomorrow, because your life is just like this. It's here and then it could vanish just like that. You could be here today and in the moment. That's what it's saying. So we can't be dependent on tomorrow, because who's to say we're gonna have it tomorrow? Who's to say we're gonna be here tomorrow? That's why we say, if the Lord will, Lord willing, we make it to see tomorrow. So that just goes to show tomorrow's not promised. So do the best that you can right now and stop being lazy. Stop being slothful. Get off that phone. And I also wanted to get this precept right here. Sirach 4 and 22. Accept no person against thy soul, and let not the reverence of any man cause thee to fall. So basically, don't be letting how much love you have for somebody cause that to get in the way of your salvation. We have Hashem Shai. Oh, I love this sister so much. We haven't talked, but I haven't read or prayed today, so I'm just done from her. I'll read and pray tomorrow. Yeah, how about Shema Shai comes first? Because if it wasn't for the Lord, you wouldn't have that sister. The Lord comes before anyone and anything. We cannot be putting nothing or no one before you have Shema Shai. So don't accept nobody against your soul. Don't be in the spirit of, oh, well, let me talk to so and so quick and I'll read later. If you haven't read or prayed, you shouldn't even be on the phone talking. You haven't even besought the Lord that day. So we got to make sure we're keeping the Most High first. So Khan. And then I had Matthew 25, and I think that's pretty much it. Matthew 25 and 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. So the wise women, they had oil with their lamps, but the foolish didn't take no oil with them. And we know that oil is that knowledge and understanding. Keeps that flame lit. While the bridegroom tarried, the altar was up, and at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye. It's loading. Okay. Then all those virgins trimmed their lamps. Foolish said unto the wise, saying, give us of your oil, for our lamps are going out. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to the next sale and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. So we don't know when and how it shall come. For Thessalonians tell us that he's gonna come like a thief in the night. That's I think it's in Revelation as well. Like we don't know when Yahweh Shah is coming. So do right and do better now. We don't want to be those women that get the door shut on us because we wasn't being diligent. We didn't have oil with us. We weren't keeping our candle lit. We weren't keeping our lamp lit because we were slothful on the phone too much. Steady talking about what we're gonna do, but not putting in no works. Steady saying I need to do this, I need to do that, not putting in no works. Like stop with the excuses. It's making me mad. Stop. Do better. Do better. Tomorrow is not promised. This is in the Bible. 5 of them got that door shut on them because they wasn't diligent. We do not want the door shut on us. So be diligent. Stay in these scriptures. And I'm not getting on here saying sisters need to read 20 chapters a day and pray 15 times a day, and that's how they stay on fire. A woman being on fire looks different than a man being on fire. A man has to teach the nation of Israel. We don't have to teach the nation. We don't have to go on the highways and byways. So a woman being on fire looks different than a man. But we still must be in these scriptures, and we still must pray and have that relationship with the Most High. That's not a negotiable. That's not even up for discussion. We still should be in these scriptures day in and day out, period. But a woman being on fire looks different. It's also reading. It's also sewing, cooking, cleaning, being a helpmeet to your sisters, using your talents. All of that goes into being on fire for the Most High. So it's different, but we have to make sure we're doing what we can for the Most High because everything we do is unto Yahweh Shema Shai. But that's all I had. That is all I had. But I did want to pull up these articles and I'm going to be done. So let's share the screen. I recommend sisters to go check out this video. I don't want to play it because I want to get copyrighted. I didn't finish it. It's only 7 minutes, but from what I was reading, from what I was listening to, it's a very very, very good video. Definitely go watch that. It's Deeply Thoughts TV. Social media and smartphone addiction is making you depressed now. But I want to read these articles real quick. And oh no, it went away. Okay. Okay. There we are. Okay. The impact of mobile devices on our lives, society, and environment. So it has, 4 benefits broken down into categories: communication, entertainment, daily utilities, and organization. So like on your phone, you can like write down your count. You can put stuff in your calendars. You can just put your reminders down. You can pay bills on your phone. You got TV stuff on your phone, and you can text and call on your phone. So those are beneficial benefits. The truth being spread, edifying stuff. Like I said, this phone is really helpful to a certain extent. But here's the negative part: an addiction. Being addicted to it and a waste of time. The average person checks his phone once every 12 minutes, leading to 80 times a day. Most of the time, people just check their phones for no good reason. Even when not using their phones, you might often see people fidgeting with their phones. According to the Flurry, the average American adult spends over 5 hours a day on mobile phones, around 150 hours a month. Cause of depression. As discussed before, mobile phones may lead to depression, especially among teens with the rage of social media. Teenagers are becoming obsessed with likes on their personal posts and accounts. Moreover, reduced daily life interactions lead to loneliness and anxiety. And the distraction. People cannot exclude the fact that mobile phones are a huge distraction. You often might make up your mind to just check up on updates and instead find yourself surfing the internet for hours on end without realizing it. The reason is the distraction it holds. Students especially have to go through the ordeal of giving their phones to their parents just so they may focus on their studies. If you stop doing well in your studies and your grades are not as good as you like, you can always use the help of professionals who will help you with improving your grades. So although mobile phones have made our lives easier, they also have a negative effect on us. The conclusion is that we may not be able to live without phones, but we can take steps to reduce the negative effects. For example, one might reduce the time he spends on his phone, wants to try to communicate face to face whenever possible instead of relying on his phone for every small task. In this way, we can focus on the positive and reduce the negative. So that was a very beautiful article. There's another one I wanted to pull up. Um, this one right here, I really like this one right here. Can't put the phone down, how smartphones are changing our brains and lives. One study showed Americans touch their mobile devices more than 2,600 times a day. Over 2,500 times we're touching that phone. That is ridiculous. Until a year and a half ago, Samuel's smartphone was the last thing he saw before he fell asleep, and the first thing that greeted him when he woke up. During the day, the device bombarded him with constant notifications from 4 different email accounts, as well as Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Reddit, and Twitter. I don't know who got WhatsApp and Reddit, but anyways, like I said, cut those notifications off. That helps. Nip that butt right there. Cut it off. On a smartphone, and we just read that. But what do all those pings and buzzes and scrolls and swipe introduce forgive difficult to get along? Let's just scroll with their influence even where we're not using them. The mere presence of a smartphone seemed to reduce the quality of conversations in the study. So these people went and did a study and it was proven that you don't even want to have a conversation for real. That's a problem. And I also wanted to show every basic human decency may be sacrificed. Research suggests that smartphones can inhibit people from offering help to strangers on the street, reduce how much we smile at unfamiliar faces in a waiting room, and even lessen our trust of strangers, neighbors, or people from other nationalities. So again, that phone addiction, you could be addicted to that phone so much, you don't even want to help nobody on the streets. And we shouldn't even be moving that type of spirit because we're supposed to be loving and helping our people and giving alms. But studies have shown that being on that phone so much and that addiction, it reduces how much we smile at unfamiliar faces. And then I also wanted to show this one right here. I think y'all should just go read this article for yourself because I'm not going to read all of this, but I'm not reading all that. But this one is talking about finding a balance. None of this is to say that smartphones don't have great practical entertainment value. It's harder now to get lost, but easier to find a date and keep up with friends, kids, and the news. And in some ways, a greater diversity of people is at our fingertips. Apps such as Tinder allow people to easily connect with others outside their typical social networks. Occasional smiles from watching cute cat videos aren't necessarily bad for us either. So, like I was saying through the spirit, social media and these phones are beneficial to a certain extent. They really help us. Like my Adawan be saying, use this world, but don't abuse it. Use this world to your advantage, but don't let this world use you. So like I said, truth is being spread on social media. Sisters are posting beautiful, edifying stuff on social media. They're posting things that provoke us to good work. There's a lot of beautiful things on social media to help us grow, but then there's also a negative down effect to it as well, being on it too much, and just that unnecessary scrolling, and potentially going off into wickedness because you didn't came across a dang porn website. Like, it's just stuff like that we just want to stay away from. Um, Let me go back to it. It's like it. Um, the crux of the problem is figuring out how to get all these amazing benefits of this globally interconnected world without abandoning the things that make us most human. For him, that means taking back control over how we use the technology. He is co-developing technology for smartphones. Um, Not sleeping with the phone next to you, turning off notifications, and switching the screen to gray to make it less attractive. So these are some things that help you. It's possible to slow down. We're not necessarily doomed and trapped. So also this right here. He swapped out his latest great iPhone for an old flip phone with no internet connectivity. He now relies on his computer for news, social media, and the like. I've been more productive at work. My social interactions are great. My mood is great. Adding that he appreciates how the keyboard in his flip phone exercises his brain. Now, I'm not getting on here telling sisters to go buy a flip phone. That's not what I'm getting on here to do. I'm not doing that. Like, if you want to, go ahead. But that was just some tips that the website gave us. So maybe consider putting your phone in not disturb, deleting social media, doing a social media fast, cutting off your notifications, giving yourself a time when you're going to get off your phone for the night. At 9 o'clock, I'm not touching my phone again. If I ain't, if of course if somebody call or text you, a sister call or text you a need, that's different. But maybe give yourself a time. Okay, 9 o'clock. I'm done. I'm not talking. I'm done on my phone. I'm done with social media. If you're gonna be on social media, give yourself a time to get off. You go in at 8 o'clock. Okay, get off at 8:10. For real, like, why should you be on there for more than 10 minutes? Like, come on. But just do what you gotta do. Be real with yourself. Self-examine. We're in these last days, and we gotta keep running this race. But that's really all I had. And Lord, this video was edifying for the spirit. And I just want to close it off with this precept right here, 1 Corinthians 15:58, and it reads. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. So we got to always be trying to see how we can increase and do better. Like I said, I'm not getting here telling sisters to read 20 chapters a day. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just encouraging sisters to be diligent because tomorrow's not promised. So we have to stop putting stuff off and stop saying what we're going to do and just do it through the Spirit. Because, of course, we got to water our seed, but the Most High, He's the one that really gives us the increase. So, of course, the Most High got to give us the Spirit to have that discipline and motivation and consistency, but just pray on it and just put the work in, because faith without works is dead. Can't nobody get the kingdom for you. I can't get it for you. Can't nobody work out your own salvation for you. You have to do it yourself. You have to do it. So put your phone down. And if you're giving this more time and attention than you give your Habashah, it has now become a God in your life. And we're not supposed to have any other gods before the Most High. So I pray that this video was beautiful. I definitely feel like it was, Lord willing, through the Spirit. I definitely needed to hear this as well. And I don't get on my videos and act like I got it all down pat and I'm perfect. And I'm in this flesh just like y'all. I got stuff to work on just like y'all. I struggle with stuff just like y'all. And I once really was addicted to my phone, but through this video, Habashah, I've been trying to work from that, because we're trying to get this kingdom in, all this unnecessary scrolling and this phone stuff. You can't let it get in the way of your walk, because at the end of the day, you're only hurting yourself. You're only hurting your salvation. If you on the phone way more than you read, way more than you're doing the works of the Lord, putting your brick for the Lord, and you only hurting yourself. So, with that, Lord willing, y'all have a good rest of y'all week. It is now Wednesday. We made it through halfway of the week. So keep it there. We are halfway through the week. Ooh, praise the Lord. Carla, how about Shema Shai? I love y'all so much. Lord willing, y'all continue to endure. Carla, how about Shema Shai? And also Proverbs 11:1, the Lord requires just balance. A false balance is an abomination unto the Lord. So find that balance. Like I said, this phone and social media is beneficial to a certain extent, but maybe not. Don't sleep next to it. Maybe get off of it at a certain time. Self-examine and do what you got to do. You know what you need to work on. You know it. Be real with yourself. But with that, Carla, how about Shema Shai? I love y'all so much. Shalom. Call. Hello, how about Shema Shai?